Hey everyone. Today I want to do something a little different. I've been feeling a bit burnt out lately, honestly, and it's something I hear a lot from artists who are on that journey toward looser, more expressive artwork. Sometimes we just need to step back, sketch a little, take a breather. So if you're someone who has struggled with really tight, controlled painting and it's leaving you feeling disconnected from your art, today's video is for you. I'll be sharing some of my own experiences and how I'm planning to make 2025 the year of expressive, joyful painting for myself and for you. Just to give you a little bit of backstory, for years, I focused on technical mastery. I got really good at tight academic work. I could paint realism in my sleep, and while it served me, it also felt like it just sucked the joy right out of creating. I know a lot of you can relate to feeling trapped by that skill set. Like you're painting well, but something essential is missing. Letting go of that control, loosening up, it's so much harder than it sounds. It's so easy to think about loosening up and think all I need to do is let go and I should get that beautiful Sargent or Schmid-esque brushwork. That is certainly what I would have loved to believe. But the truth is that loosening up involves a lot of intention. It involves a lot of really deliberate exercise and effort. And this year, I'm setting a clear goal to embrace that looseness more fully in my art. And my plan, it's less about adding skills and more about changing my mindset and changing my day-to-day plan. I want the artwork I make to feel more like me, less controlled, more alive. It's a mindset shifts I've seen make a massive difference already in my journey, but for my students too. It's one that's about stepping back and letting the work breathe so that the parts of you that you've really wanted to share with the world can actually make their way onto canvas. If you're feeling similarly burnt out or just over-controlled in your artwork, I'll go ahead and share some of the things that I've been focusing on for myself. First things first, this is actually weirdly easiest when you actually have realism pretty much on lock. If you're one of those artists who can absolutely make photorealism happen, if you give yourself enough time or enough tools, that's a really solid starting point. That tells us that you already have the ability to see and capture an accurate drawing or control your value structure or mix up the right colors. Once you have that though, it's really important to actually have a really clear goal of what loosening up looks like. You see, building your fundamental skills is one thing, but actually tailoring them to something that has more of that bravura brushwork feeling to it, that effect where you get so much calligraphy out of your brushwork and your artwork really celebrates painting as much as it does the subject. Well, having those realism skills is a necessary prerequisite to that. But once you have that, it's really important to actually spend some time figuring out what does the looseness you want to achieve look like. That effect that happens when you loosen up, but it looks like a kindergartner made it, that typically comes from just saying paint looser or don't work on it for so long, don't tighten it up at the end. We need to have a more clear strategy than that. And so one thing that I am doing right now as I gear up for the new year is to really take some time to sit with and be inspired by the work that I really resonate with. And this is what I would recommend for you too. It's the very first thing that I do with artists who come to work with me because they want to loosen up their work. And it's also the first exercise I go back to when I'm feeling a little bit burnt out or I want to reach for that next level. Once you have that clear goal, it's much easier to reverse engineer exactly what the path to get there really needs to look like. And sure, I could give you some generic advice like focus on the big shapes, prioritize value over color, don't overcomplicate your palette or your materials. And yeah, all of those things have been helpful, but really, this is about riding that knife's edge between having a clear goal and also letting go of perfectionism. So if any of this resonates and you want to make 2025 the year that you let go of tight, controlled painting and finally find joy in loose, expressive work, I would love to help you. This Monday, I'm going to be hosting a free live webinar where I'm going to dive deep into both the tactical strategy, so the actual painting exercises that you need to do with the easel, as well as the mindset shifts that will actually make the difference. It's going to be practical, it's going to be real, and it's going to be designed to help you make this shift once and for all so you can let go of the kind of tight work that's burning you out. I'm really excited to see you there and chat with you there. Honestly, this kind of work is so rewarding to me. So check out the link in the description below. I'm excited to see you then.